AD carries across the board, a tank matchup on the top side, 2 utility junglers with, well, supports. So very much focused around team fights, very much focused around scaling through. Notice Ignar's now made his way back to bot, which makes the dive much harder, the level 6 as well. Yeah, I mean, oh, Hans.
Caps in the mid lane, lightning crash coming out. Caps does still have the flash to try and avoid this, puts down the mom to try and call for a little bit of aid. Jackie's flash away, the level up! Just in time there for Jackie's, gets him over to level 7. Both the mid laners flashless now as Yike comes to help out Caps. True shot barrage going wide.
That was a tense moment. Now the Antonio looking for a fight.
Mickey stunned into the wall, has the flash, puts the ignite down onto the Antonio, who flashes away, as does Ignar. There's the first bit of CC, and Ignar is going to pay for Antonio's dive in with his life, and the Antonio might be soon to follow. G2 find their first kill and the first kill of the game.
I just want to confirm, the Antonio picked that fight, right? Yep. He was like, we're going in. Yeah, that was not the best of decisions, and now he's all on his lonesome in this bottom side.
And no TP to help verdict. Is it enough? Can he helicopter his way out of this one? The answer is an emphatic no. G2 get their second.
Now,
2 kills in the bottom lane for G2. The Drake secured as well by Yike. GIANTX, I mean, they might as well be seeing Deadpool and Wolverine with how leveled. Isn't really doing much because he's just matching Hansama in the mid lane. They both just clear the wave and then nothing happens, right? So across the board, G2 have had the benefit of the early game. The arrow there hitting onto Ignar. TP in as GIANTX are looking to dive at Ksante. Now, he does have the Crossfire Gauntlet and a Redemption, and even with the Nature's Grasp, I'm not sure he dies here. Gets the knockback, Ignar has to jump away. Yeah, okay, GIANTX, this was bloody awful. This was diabolical. GIANTX went for the dive, and all they're gonna do is die. Cass has so much free time in the top lane. The lightning crash coming out, Magnet Sword from Ignar as well, but Broken Blade has already found 2 out of the fight. They're gonna make it 3. It's a disaster for GIANTX, and G2 happily eat up their rewards. Ignar trying to get away, but Hansama's here on the chase. Ignar has a flash, but I don't think he escapes from that. 6-0 for G2.
I think GIANTX just got too impatient.
But does BB TP in, or did G2 let it go?
There's the TP behind. Daisy coming out as well as G2 want to take the fight. Keeper's verdict hits onto Yike, forces him away. Mickey puts down the Unbreakable. Redemption coming out as well as Broken Blade dives onto the backline. The Drake secured by Juhan. Hans trying to force Jackie's away and manages to do so. Caps now opening up as the dive comes back in from the Antonio. But he'll fall first. Juhan trying to put some saplings down to slow G2 on their advance. In the end, it's a Drake for a kill. GIANTX taking the Dragon. Chilling to collapse. He's got 1 ward behind him, and I don't think Jackie's knows. As you can see, the Antonio Ignar struggling in terms of gold. Hansama has the Redemption, the TP coming in as well by GIANTX, but the Antonio, I'm sorry, mate, I'm not sure this is where you want to be today. The rest of his team are trying to collapse, but there's the 2 tanks on their way, and immediately they decide not to join him in dying. There's 2 quick kills to G2.
They really did just punish the positional mistakes from GIANTX, from start to finish. Now they'll start the Baron. A bit ambitious, you could argue, but they know they have the gold advantage. Why not force the fight?
Jackie's going to TP in. Forward across the wall. Hansama still on the Baron right now. They jump in with the root caller immediately. They dive onto Juhan. He's pulled back. And in the middle of the Redemption, he finds none. Patrik and Ignar forced away by Daisy. The Antonio does still have a flank position.
Man, the Antonio just went through right as the engage went off. And now G2 back in the pit. The Antonio needs the Poppycopter, but it's still not off cooldown.
Mickey jumps forward with the Unbreakable. The Antonio now looking for that flank position. No smite for GIANTX. Keeper's verdict only hits onto the support. Patrik kept at bay by Daisy. Magnet Storm forward. Maybe Broken Blade will fall, but the Trigger Seed will keep him alive for just a second. Jackie's diving in, trying to take down Hansama. He flashes and is met with an arrow to the face. The Antonio chased out by Caps. Patrik, the last man standing. There's a tree coming to try and help him out, but so far, GIANTX have only been going timber.
It won't be a deathless run for G2, but it's damn near perfection as GIANTX fall to the
14,000 gold lead, but no melee minions, so they can't step any closer to this tower yet. It's the small things. You got to find those tiny bits of hope for GIANTX, but the next wave is now about to arrive. Control ward in the bush as GIANTX decide, it seems, to not engage as G2 push up towards that turret range. The inhibitor, the next target. What are reigning champions. Antonio brings out the Poppycopter, knocks back 2, they'll go for Yike. The Magnet Storm engages to Nature's Grasp, and Yike will fall first. TP behind by Broken Blade, but the rest of G2 are a mile away. Can Broken Blade survive for a year? Yes, he can. Of course he can. He's Ksante. What am I talking about? He could survive on the fountain. For all it's worth right now, GIANTX go 1-for-1 in the trade in the end. G2 can still push forward. Summer no flash. Patrik trying to put the damage down across the side, but can't find too much more.
TP flank coming in from the Antonio.
The inhibitor tower is going to be down before he can arrive to the battle. He'll look for Caps, he'll knock him back. Broken Blade goes in. Lightning crash from Jackie's. Is it enough? The Antonio already down. Juhan short to follow him. It's a quick trip to an early grave for GIANTX. And with the ammo connecting, it might be all done for G2. Only 2 Nexus towers stand in their way. Jackie's and Ignar. It would be a Herculean performance to pull this one off, but so far you'd be more like Sisyphus. Constantly trying to make the plays, but that boulder keeps rolling back down in your face. G2 will close it out. Jackie's and Ignar forced back to the fountain. Jackie's doesn't even find solace there. 18 kills to 2, 26 minutes on the clock, 17,000 gold ahead. I think G2 may be angry today.
That was a demolition from G2. From start to finish, they get the early lead. They refuse to let up. 8 kills onto Sama. Caps eventually decided to get involved in the fights, but he wasn't needed. G2 had it handled the whole way through.
It was a one-sided affair, and GIANTX are going to have to rapidly go back to the drawing board as we head to a break. We'll see you in a bit for Game 2.